Oh, hey, Cindy. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. This was kind of spur of the moment, as usual. Finally got my dog to leave me alone long enough to do something. And I've obviously had way too much coffee this morning. Hey, everybody's coming in. Thank you. We got, oh, I'm trying hard to read. We got Jay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read and it's not cooperating. Was it? We got Graylin. Is that correct? I don't want to mispronounce your names. And again, thanks for stopping in. Just decided to try to get a little bit more of this hover bike done today. I'd like to get some paint on it eventually. I think we're going to go with that. I got to just clean up a little bit here. Now, I've been trying to figure out where to put these little, oh, you can't see this, but these are little instrument panels and trying to figure out some place to put them. I've been fighting this thing for a while now. So And since some of you weren't in here when I was first starting, here's kind of what we're working on. And this, I don't build aircraft. So this was a kit. I've had it for years. I dug it out. And then I've sacrificed like 6 other model kits, brand new ones, to build this thing. I just steal parts wherever I could find them that I think look good. So just kit bashing as I go along. Hey, Jackson, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. I most certainly appreciate it. Let me see what we got here. Just wait and do it as I get over there. So I think what I'm going to do, because in my head this makes sense, I'm going to glue one of these panels to the inside of this side armor, which is what this is now. It didn't start out life as side armor. If it doesn't play nice, I'm going to throw some super glue on it and make it stay where I want to. I'm going to have to shift this forward a bit. Right there, looks good. Anybody got any big plans today or tomorrow? I mean, not everybody gets a holiday tomorrow, but here in the States we do. And I think Europe or England, not Europe as a whole, but England, I think has a bank holiday, I think is what it was called, today or this weekend. If you don't build models, what I'm doing here is these are called pin marks. They're little circles on the plastic where it was part of the mold when they made the piece. So it leaves little indentations. And they do not look good. I know you can't see it, but there's actually one right there. So this model does not have to look pretty in any way, shape, or form. In fact, when it's done and it's painted, it'll be grungy and rusty and oily, so they don't have to be really pretty. I could have sworn I had another instrument panel around here of some kind. I had it later. There we go. All right. And all I'm doing there is these pieces actually do not go here. This is the old cockpit right here, and I split it in half, widened it, cut the front of it off, and then these went somewhere else. I have no idea. I don't build planes. But I got to looking at them, and I went, hey, they'll make some really good side armor for the cockpit. So that's what they became. I'm trying to remember. I think the aircraft was 1/32nd scale, which isn't far off, but actually I've changed it to 1/35th scale. I flipped the seat over, put the back of it down, and then added the seat from a tank, which is 1/35th scale, and then Some of the other stuff's 35th, but they're so close together, it's like, who cares? I do have to try to find something to go right here. Hey, burritos. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in for a few minutes. Appreciate it. So just, this was kind of spur of the moment. My dog's been pestering me all morning. And I finally exiled him to the other room, which he was not happy about, just so I could get something done. Dump everything out. There we go. Now I can kind of find stuff. And don't everybody be jealous of my completely organized and clean workspace here. I know it's hard not to be, but, you know. I'm a trained professional. Which, oddly enough, is true. I'm actually a retired professional model builder. For anyone who didn't know. Alright, I give up. I'll find something later. Oh, yeah, you gotta have that. And I saw some of you in the giveaways last night. There was like 4 channels giving stuff away last night, or doing a raffle. Which seems like the one for main girl, Lila, went really well, which I'm glad to see. And then another channel, Reels of Life, he was giving away kits of crappie lures and reels. Another one was giving away knives. That was, oh man, what is his name? Weld is the first part of it. I can't remember. I'm terrible with names. And then I saw another one that I didn't drop into. And I don't know what they were giving away, but they were doing a giveaway. Oh, Lila's such a sweetie. You know, I know how she feels too. I kind of, I went through something similar. So there was only so much I could do to help, but I helped where I could. And, I hope she gets moved okay. 'Cause, I mean, she's only got, what, a week now? She's got to be someplace else. She's trying to work and deal with all that because of a greedy landlord. That's bad. family. Yeah, I've heard of those. I don't have one, but yeah. The last of my friends and family disappeared when I got cancer. And they literally just poof, they were gone. People I've known for decades never called, never went to the hospital, and never have even since I've gotten out. You know, all the surgeries I went through and everything. But you know, I can't make their decisions for them. So, yep, exactly. I mean, I rent where I'm at, and that guy is beyond greedy. It's just, it's sickening how he does. But I was pretty much in the exact same position as she was, so I didn't have much choice. I had to find something like right then, and I did. But all right, let me try this, see if I can do this without burning my fingers. That's pretty close. I see the problem. All right. I was thinking about maybe going fishing today, but and tomorrow. But we have big storms coming in again. So every time I decide that yeah I'm gonna get out, it decides to pour down rain. Oh, almost got it. All right. Try to do this without breaking the piece. This piece just didn't want to cooperate. Yeah, wasted time. There we go. Just looks like I knew what I was doing. Yeah. Yeah, Jackson, you are so right. I wish I still had my house, but the last time the economy crashed took care of that, along with a crooked bank that literally stole houses from tens of thousands of families. But that was years ago, so moving on. Which way did I have this thing? Ah, okay. Check it one more time. Somehow I broke this, so I need to add something there. So I'll have some support. And that little piece right there will do it. I'll let that dry and then I'll sand it all down. Take a break for a second. Oh, Outfish in here? I got behind a little bit. Oh, hey, Outfish, hang on just a second. If you're still in here. And if you're not, next time you come, you'll be a mod. That way you can hook up with people if you aren't following them already. How you doing this morning? Hey, Cindy, why are you not? Hang on. There. How in the world are you not a mod? You should be. Should have been. Anyway, hey Cindy, thanks for stopping in. Other Cindy, Cindy, Skipjack Cindy. Long way away, Cindy. You know what? I'm doing pretty good today. I was really, really sick yesterday, so if you saw me on anybody's channel, it meant I really meant to be there because I was not feeling good at all. So, in fact, on Cindy's channel, I stopped in just long enough to say happy birthday and had to leave because I was so sick. But I was going to stop in there and say happy birthday. Oh, thank you, Cindy. You know what? I've had a lot of practice. on top of what y'all have seen, I'm actually a master watercolorist, which I just got tired of doing watercolors. I've been doing them for so long that I just wanted to move on to something else. So I just started drawing and using alcohol markers, colored pencils to do my work. And now I'm just basically it's all colored pencils. So anything you've seen, like the ones that were on the raffle the other night, all that is colored pencil. There's not ink, anything in any of those. Yeah, you know what, Jackson? I'm going to be doing more lives on the drawings. It's just this morning, you know, you get something stuck in your head and you're going to do that regardless. Well, that's this. I'm just trying to get this farther along just so I can get primer on it. You know, once I get it to the point I can get some primer on it, I don't think I'll be as, you know, foaming at the mouth to get it done. And if you're wondering what I'm doing here, the little piece that you saw me bending is actually made out of photo etched brass, which is a really cool process that they use to make really delicate pieces, but much more accurately than they could ever do in plastic. So now I'm just making pieces to kind of cover seams and things like that. Get off there. And this one's going to be a pain in the butt, but they usually are. It didn't take. Hang on. Where's my? Oh, there it is. Try again. I'll get one end stuck and then I'll worry about the rest of it. And that stuff right there, if you don't know, is called Accelerator. And it makes super glue set up almost instantly. Like that. So there went from something fighting me to being in place. Ta-da! There we go. You know, I'm laughing at what you said, Cindy, because I can, but nobody says I can't use a compass or a nickel to draw around. Hey, Eric and Zach, thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate it. And like everybody else, so you know, I'm trying my best to get my hours up. While I was sick, obviously I wasn't worried about YouTube as much as I was worried about not dying. So since I got that out of the way and didn't die, although I tried, I'm really putting some effort back in my channel. And while I've got plenty of subscribers over their limits, I don't have the viewing hours, and that's what I'm really trying to work on right now. So shorts and lives when I can and things like that. Yeah, that's going to drive me nuts. I can't leave it that way. So that maybe one of these days I can feel like I'm doing something with my channel again, which I spent, what a lot of people don't know, I've been on YouTube for 10 years now. In fact, I think I can remember the first video I uploaded, which was, shot on a potato while I sat in a creek waiting on a turkey to come. And I didn't know anything about turkey hunting, so the fact that they were henned up and wouldn't have come no matter what never occurred to me because I had no clue about it. Love super glue, but when you mess up, you got to go back and get all of it off. Yeah, they are. You got to think back, 10 years ago, how basically primitive our stuff was. It was like maybe second generation digital cameras. And I've still got that camera, as a matter of fact. And they were so pitiful compared to our phones now. Back to this. I'm just going to add something and I'll worry about where it goes later. The fun part about these builds is it really doesn't matter where you put stuff because nothing exists like it, so nobody can tell you you're wrong. Cindy, you fishing today? Are you going live later? Hey, Weary, how you doing? If anybody's in here, of course, if you see anybody else live, please jump over there and visit them. Help support everybody else that are in our community, because that's kind of what this is all about. Y'all wouldn't believe how much this helps me, just having people to talk to every day. It's become a big part of my routine, especially when I'm awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. What, thinner? You mean to remove the glue? Nah, they make thinner for these things. It's not that big a deal, but a lot of times what I'll do is I'll use this liquid glue because it actually melts the plastic, and I'll use it to soften it, to reshape it or make it easier to sand. And what? You want out? Okay, hang on just a second. Are you going out or are you going to lay back down? Sorry, my dogs decided to come visit. All right, go. Be gone. Go do dog stuff. Really? I hadn't run across that one yet, Bunny. Of course, I don't need any, but it would be cool to let people know about. I've got a buddy in Florida, literally the only friend I've got that still talks to me, and he's prone to throw $500 or $600 worth of models in a box and send them to me because he's got so many. Sharon, do you want out? Hang on just a second. Let me let this goofy dog out for a minute. You better hurry. The storm's coming. Come here. Come here, buddy. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, I know. You got a drink. That's good. All right. Good boy. Come on. Let's go. All right. Take off. Sorry about that. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Cindy, you're right. We do. If nothing else, just like I said, just if I can't get out, which is most of the time, just watching everybody else get out there and enjoy themselves. Uh, it just, it's just fun. It's just it's one of those things. If I don't feel like doing it that night, watching everybody, I don't. But I can always count on somebody in our community doing something and being out there so that I can stop in and watch. I will say this though, there are some people that I follow that just refuse to put any mods up, and I don't know if they don't know or don't care that they're actually hurting the community, because one, they're not stopping trolls as they come in, and the other is they're not letting us connect to each other. And that's kind of why we do this. Oh, is Fishy going to be interviewed this time? I missed that part. Like I said, I try to keep up with so many people. Um, Cindy, that's true. For years, I actually have followed some people in South Africa that are air gun hunters, and Herod, and he's the one I follow most of the time now. He still talks to his subscribers, and I mean, I just like the guy's broadcasts. But yeah, it's kind of cool looking and seeing what's going on literally around the world. All right, let's see if we can maybe get one of these on. Did I drop another one? Yep, I got a bad case of doing that. There we go. I'm just going to try sticking this one on. I can't stick that one on. I got to fix this first. There we go. Well, be ready in a minute. We can catch up with everybody. Yeah, and Sandy, the other night I I didn't mean to hit the button on that one guy. I literally hit the wrong button, fat fingers, because usually I'll give him the minimum timeout if they're being stupid. But that one I missed. But it was not intentional. But you're absolutely right. Some people think that just because they got mod that they're, it's their channel. It's like, nope, nope, sure is not. So, 10 o'clock, so 9 o'clock my time. Okay. Let's see. You know what? I don't. With the microwaves, one reason is I was a master electrician and I know what lives in those things. And if you want to die, there's some stuff in there that will oblige you. A lot of people, they'll rip a microwave apart to do was it Lichtenberg burning on wood? No, no, that's the one that'll kill you. The amount of power that's in some of those microwaves is just stupid. I mean, and it can be a little cheap one. It doesn't care. I still get a kick out of the way they were invented because I'm gonna leave that in there. There was a guy walking by an experiment they were doing with them with a chocolate bar in his pocket. If you've never heard this story, and when he walked by the equipment, it melted the chocolate bar. And that's how we wound up with a microwave. Normal. I keep wanting to put that piece on. I know better. Is this the one I cut? No, it's not. Is this the one I cut? Yes. Okay. Hey, Sergey, what's up, buddy? Another one of our friends from across the large pond. Thanks for stopping in. Now let's see if I can trim this without breaking it again. Yeah, there we go. Luckily, this thing doesn't have to be pretty because it's going to get covered up like that. Push this as far forward as I can. Let me see. Oh, for the ones that are in here, if you want to have some fun, go when you're on YouTube sometime. Look up Wish-A-Roo Park, like kangaroo, but Wish-A-Roo Park. That is a kids show that I worked on. Oh God, in the late '90s, and now they've got the episodes up on YouTube, and it still looks good today. It was all puppets, and I worked as assistant art director, the prop master, the prop builder, helped build the sets, a little bit of everything. But it was really cool. We did 13 episodes of it, and to this day, it's really a good kids show. Very, very good kids show. It just nobody was interested, and they never picked it up, which was sad because we had $1 million budget and we spent every penny of it. And think about that, $1 million budget in the late '90s compared to today. But yeah, if you want to see some of my work and watch it run around on the screen, Wisharoo Park. Although the owner of the show did get a little upset with us when we were taking breaks and using her puppet characters for a little more adult versions of the show, which was hilarious. The puppeteers were just they were amazing. They were some of the best puppeteers in the country. And the owner of the company that produced the show had worked with Jim Henson and trained in the studio with him. Yeah, I'm actually from Tennessee. Right now, my skin's not even that dark. I'm a Native American. My family, my mom's side of the family is from Michigan, and we're part of the Odawa tribe or Ottawa, either way you want to say it. And very, very dark complected. My mother was much darker complected than I was. Really dark eyes, black hair. And if you ever saw my cheekbones and all, you'd know that there's no question about the ancestry because, yeah. But yeah, I'm in Tennessee. Cindy's over in East Tennessee, over around the mountains. I'm exactly in the middle of the state. In 20 minutes, I could be standing on the exact geographic center of Tennessee, which is in Murfreesboro at the front gate of Middle Tennessee State University. Go blue. Oh, so you go blue. When you put that there, that's MTSU's colors too. That's literally what they say around here all the time. Go blue. But now I live in Shelbyville, which is the walking horse capital of the world. And it's a big deal here. They'll shut schools down for a couple of weeks while it's in town. And there'll be more money here for a couple of weeks than you would imagine. Hold this up for a second so it'll dry. I can kind of get it squared up where I want it. Oh yeah, that'll work. Yep. You know, I I've lived here almost my whole life. I think I've lived outside of Tennessee for 3 years, a couple of years in Florida for work, and I lived in California when I was younger just because I decided to travel around and see stuff and wound up out there for a while before it turned into what it is now. But we don't do politics, so we're going to leave that alone. But I lived in a really nice place in California. It was a little town called Paso Robles, Paso Robles, Pass of the Oaks, and it was 26 miles over to the coast, and I could sit and surf fish, or I could drive 2 minutes from where I lived and freshwater fish. It was great. Bunny, I'm gonna tell you a story that most people, us younger people today, can't wrap their heads around. I remember I'm old, so I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, back when everything was still segregated, and me and my mother were made to sit on back of buses in Nashville because how dark complected we were, especially during the summer when I was out playing outside. I mean, I would be black. I was darker than most of my buddies who were black, you know. But yeah, we were made to sit on the back of buses. Sure were. A lot of people, they just have no idea when they talk about discrimination and all that stuff now. Their parents may know, and their grandparents know, but these young kids ain't got a clue. Which in a way is sad. You know, I don't want them to have to go through it, but I wish they knew more about what they were talking about than they do. How long have we been here? Oh, okay. It's been almost an hour. Yeah, fresh and well, I mean, in Florida you can walk across the street. You can literally be fishing in the ocean on one side of the street, walk across the street and be fishing in freshwater. And I did that, you know. Um, it Florida's good as far as fishing. It is really cool. Uh, the I didn't like it down there because it's just so flat, and the people are beyond rude. The bad part is they don't see that they're rude, but they are. But yeah, you could literally go and surf fish and try for a shark and walk across the street and catch bluegill and bass. If you were far enough down south, you could go down there and catch all the exotics and stuff. But I lived in the Panhandle. I lived in Navarre and worked in Pensacola. What's that, Jackson? What's on your bucket list? I missed. I'm sorry. I'm kind of behind on the chat. You might have to catch me up. Like I said, what's on your bucket list, Jackson? Shark or yeah, yeah, Bunny, yeah. Oh, saltwater. Oh, dude, it's great. I mean, I really enjoy saltwater fishing, and believe it or not, I can't go out on a boat because I get so sick, especially now. But surf fishing, dude, I could sit there and just surf fish, and just never worry about going out on a boat or anything. Maybe go out on the pier occasionally. When I could walk out there, I would go out on the jetties. Man, it was just, I mean, you don't need anything but, a beach cart to carry your gear and go out there and fish. I've sat and caught sharks. I was in a boat, but we weren't out far. But I've caught sharks a lot of times just on bass rods. Just had a ball. The the biggest shark I hooked was a big spinner shark, and he stayed on for about 10 seconds until he showed why they get their names as spinners, because he jumped and did about 15 revolutions in the air and just shredded my leader. You know what, Bunny? You're absolutely right. It really, even if you're out of state, it doesn't cost anything. And unless they've changed it, if you were a resident of Florida and you were only fishing off the bank or the pier or something like that, they'll give you a free fishing license. You didn't even have to buy one. And I thought that was great. They had that here, 50 years ago, but not anymore. Oh, yeah, peacock bass. Yep, you won't have to go south for that. Um, I got a buddy in Miami that I'd love to go down and see, and that you can catch those, and all the different cichlids are, they're everywhere. But really, what I wanted to go down there and do is shoot iguanas. All right, back to what I was doing. Now, I gotta try to figure out. Put this over here. But I'm not going to do much more. Not because I don't want to be here, but my back is going to start hurting here very, very shortly. So I try to shut down just before it gets bad, which it's about to. So I'm gonna just do, the hour. And I did surface. Yeah, let's see. Oh man. Oh really? Only cane poles. Well, that sucks. Thanks, Bunny. You too. I hope everybody has a great day. I'm thank you everybody for stopping in. I mean, I got some likes and I got some views, and I love seeing that. And I may go live after a while doing some artwork. We're supposed to get some bad storms, so I sure won't be going outside. Cindy, you should hook up with Burko down there and go fishing with him. He's the one I watch at 2 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep. And I cannot believe my dog has left me alone this long. Yesterday when I was sick, he absolutely wouldn't leave me alone. All right, one more quick look before we take off. Uh, this is where I'm at so far, and when I put this in primer, it's going to look a lot better. We call it seeing it in one color, and it'll make a lot more sense and look a lot more finished just by priming it. And that's going to be very shortly, as soon as I get this cockpit sorted out, because I can always go back and add more. These are known as greeblies later on. But anyway, that's where we are. And again, I appreciate everybody stopping in. I gave me somebody to talk to this morning, and that means more than anything else. At the moment, no fishing. Got a lot of crocodiles here. Yeah, no. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know where you are, Cindy. I don't know. I don't know why I keep doing that. I guess I'm saying get you a plane ticket, fly over, go fish with Burko. Why do I keep doing that? I've just made up my mind that you live in Australia for some reason. I'm gonna have to make me a big post-it note and put it up. Cindy does not live in Australia. Stop saying that. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much. Hey, Cindy, you know how stuff gets stuck in your head, and then you keep repeating it. You know it's wrong, but you keep repeating it anyway. Oh man! But again, thanks everybody. I'll catch y'all on somebody else's feed here shortly, or if I go back live doing some work on the turkeys later, maybe y'all can stop back in and hang out with me for a little while. And I do appreciate that too. Like I said, if nothing else, I got people to hang out with and talk to. All right, y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all somewhere today after a while. Bye. Oops. if as soon as I figure out how to get rid of everything. Oh,